Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Ignore the freaking crater in between my eyes. Okay, today we're doing a Marilyn Monroe inspired hair and makeup tutorial, okay? Hopefully this goes well. Yeah. First we're going to be starting off with makeup because, yes. So, here we go. So, yes, but I love Marilyn Monroe so much. She is like one of my biggest style influences. And whenever I was little, I actually like naturally have a beauty, like, I swear that's mine. Whenever I was little, I did not have this though. And I used to literally, this is embarrassing, but I would take crumbs of the cookies and cream Pop-Tart and stick it to my face to pretend like I had that beauty mark. But then God just gave me that, so thank you, Jesus. Okay, so first we're going to clean up our eyebrows because we cannot have them looking like that. Also, I literally look insane whenever I do this. Like, look, I always have to like hold it up so I don't fucking knock my eyebrow. Okay, after you do that, if you're a dry girl like me, you're just gonna put a little lotion underneath your eyebrows to rehydrate them, especially after you did all that to them, your poor eyebrows. I don't know. I also should probably not be doing this whenever I'm low-key breaking out, but I love you guys and I want to post weekly, so I'm trying to be consistent. Anywho, so first step of this makeup tutorial, besides your cleaning up your eyebrows, put foundation on your eyes to prime them, okay? I am using my finger because why not? Okay? It just blends way better. I don't know why I used my first finger. Why did I do that to myself? But you're gonna add foundation to your eyelid to prime it, okay? Now, you could use, primer or something like a normal person. But over here, we most likely are using expired makeup and, yeah. So, if you're like me, if you're a broke bitch and you want to be balling on a budget, this is what you do, okay? So prime your eyelid with some foundation. Just like that. Very simple. I already look slightly more alive, even though it was just the top of my, like, my under eyes are always so black, and I know that there's some mascara or residue from after I shower and stuff that just stuck underneath my eyes, but the rest is just natural, okay? All of you girlies want to look dead like me until you have freaking eye bags like me, okay? So next step is we're going to be finding a brown shade, but first I need to find a good little thin brush. See, like, this is what I'm working with. Like, broken brushes, everything, all that. Because I'm not rich, right? My newest brushes are, like, maybe a year or two old. And I got them from Five Below, literally. So, like I said, if you want to be balling on a budget like me, it's quite easy, actually. And I know, if you guys saw some of my makeup products, you would come for me. You would come for me and say, girl, those are expired. Girl, why are you using that? Now I'm going to find a shade that I want. You don't want it too dark. I think for now, I'm going to use this bottom one. Okay. Now, you're going to start, like, right here. Okay, you see that? You want it to start right there. Boop. You see? You see what's happening here? Okay, that one's a little more down angled. I don't like it. See, this is why you just do a little bit so you can fix it if you fuck up. Okay, so you're just going to draw along your crease, okay? But you're going to go downward. Down on a big slope right here, okay? Now, also, I really want to redo this look and go to either McDonald's because I'm broke or something like that and do a Trisha Paytas mukbang because she has a Marilyn-inspired look. Actually, a multitude of them. But I don't have a lot of clothes that look like Trisha, which is really weird because you think that I would. But it's really hard to find an outfit that looks like Trisha Paytas, okay? She's just very unique and too magnificent for this world, okay? So you see, I'm bringing it down. But yes, I really want to do Trisha Paytas mukbang with Marilyn-inspired makeup because that's what everyone voted for on my story. So I posted on my story and asked what should I do. And everyone voted that. And it's very easy for me to recreate because I have a Red Sox jersey that I can use and something else. Whatever else she's wearing in that. Black tank top and something. But you don't want to go out too much, okay? This is muscle memory from my other makeup. You want to go more down. Okay, do you see what's happening here? This is kind of orangey more than I'd like, but it's fine. Okay, now, I'm not done with that part, okay? It's good enough for now. Well, I kind of want to blend some of that. Now that I see what it looks like on camera. Okay, so now, I literally hit pan on every single one of my goldy white shimmery shades, but I'm going to be using this shade next, okay? You don't want to use too, usually I use a lot, but I don't want it to be too shimmery. Okay, so I might mute it down a little bit with a tan shade after I put it. But you're going to fill in all of that with this shade. Once again, I probably should not be doing this while ever I'm slightly breaking out, but it's fine. And guess what? I'm probably not going to wash my face tonight either and sleep in my makeup, because I always do that. Now you see how I'm kind of bringing it a little forward? Like, you want this part to be, like, flat at the front, if that makes sense. I don't know. Okay. Now I'm going to mute it with literally the shade right next to it. And just pat a little bit onto there. Ooh, it's kind of dark. It's alright. I don't always use the same shade every single time either. Like, I just kind of freeball it every single time. So, people tell me a lot. Like, I've literally heard so many people tell me, you should do makeup tutorials, you should do makeup tutorials, you should do makeup tutorials. So, here I am. But, I'm really not that good at makeup. Like, I just really just work with what I have. I know this isn't making that much of a difference, but I just don't want it to be too shimmery, because that's not what MARYLIN would do. I just don't have, like I said, I work with what I have. I don't have a bright, white, light tan shade, I guess. So, next I'm going to add just a little bit more, but of a different. This one at the top called Exotic. I'm using that one on the same part over here. I just want to darken it just a little bit. The eyeshadow is pretty much done, but there's more. Okay, so this is the hard part. I'm not ready for this, okay? Now I'm going to take that same light foundation. I forgot to mention light foundation at the beginning whenever you're putting it on your eyes, okay? Take that same light foundation and put it underneath your eyeballs as concealer, because once again, I'm broke and I use what I have, okay? I'm not a professional. I don't know who's a makeup artist. I'm not Jaclyn Hill or something, or is that even her name? I don't even know. I'm not. But this is what I do. Okay. So now, here comes the hard part. First, I'm going to be using brown, but that is not what MARYLIN does. Okay, this is not what MARYLIN does first, but this is what I'm gonna do first, because I don't want to mess it up, okay? This is what we call a sleepy droop, okay? You're going to be doing a line, like, doop, and then go, okay, does that make sense? Does that make sense? But underneath, not in your waterline, underneath, okay? But I'm going to use this first, and then fix it with black thin liner, okay? So first this, and then after. Okay, got it? Okay, so now we're back. I've done my sleepy droop. It's not as even as I would like, but that's alright. Because this is just a rough outline, so we know where it's going, okay? Now, MARYLIN, her makeup artist, would do brown at the top as well to create more dimension, but I don't really see the difference that much, but I'm gonna do it just for the sake of this video, because I end up adding black liner literally right on top of this, so I don't really know why he did that, but now there's also a very specific shape to her eyeliner that made, okay, MARYLIN had a lazy eye, so to distract from that, they made a specific eye shape of her eyeliner, and I will show you that in just a moment. Just give me, it's really hard to do eyeliner and look at you guys, so just give me just a moment, okay? Okay, I sharpened it, so hopefully this is a little bit easier, because this eye was not giving what I wanted it to give, and it's like too thick at the end, but it's fine. I do not know how people use this kind of liner. I think I might have just ruined it a little bit, but that's okay. Because it's not unfixable. Okay, I'm gonna take my shimmery shade and kind of clean it up a little bit. Okay, it really does not make that much of a difference, but I tried my very hardest to do it like MARYLIN would do it, okay? So what you do is you make like a mountaintop, okay, at the front of your eyelid, okay? You go and then make it thin towards the end, because MARYLIN would do that, or her makeup artist would do that to distract from her lazy eye. But I think that lazy eyes are actually very, very beautiful. Like, I know that sounds really weird, but like, I don't know, like her lazy eye was very pretty to me. But anyways, so now we're going to be taking black liquid eyeliner and going over that shape, okay? So I don't know why her makeup artist would do that if we're gonna go over it with black liner anyways, but, and I'm pretty sure that they did not have the same kind of liquid liner back then, so this is different, but I don't know how people use pencil liner, because I cannot, as you can tell by the last clip. I was struggling, but we're going to continue. But do that same shape, the little mountain top at the front of your eye, okay? Pimple in the middle of my forehead is insane, but, and it gives you that like sexy eye, I don't know. So we're going to continue now. I'll be back once I've already do that. Okay, now see how we have that peak on both of them? Okay, now we're going to do our wing, okay? This is the hot spots, okay? We're also going to thinly trace that as well. This is or making eyeliner even. Men don't understand. Makeup is a talent. So whenever men are like, "You look so much better without makeup," it's like, I did not put on makeup to look uglier. So if you think that's a compliment, no. We're going to be doing our wing. I'll be back once I've already do that as well. I just wanted to show you mountaintop. Mountaintop, okay? Okay, now we have it done. She doesn't have very thick wings or whatever. I tried as hard as I can to make this sleepy droop. That was not a sign for help, by the way. But I tried as hard as I could to make this sleepy droop even. But yes, okay. So now I'm going to be doing my base. I'm going to show you how I do it. These are also small tips from MARYLIN embedded into my makeup. I don't even know if they make this anymore, but I'm using this, okay? Because my actual foundation ran out. So you gotta do what you gotta do. So now I'm going to be doing my base. Okay, so now I'm done with my base of my foundation. So next part is nose contour, and you will notice I use brown liner for everything. So we're going to be doing nose contour next, because I will forget if I do not do that now. So MARYLIN, she would accentuate her button nose. So I'm going to show you how she did that / how I do it. So she would draw, or her makeup artist would draw a circle at the tip, okay? Let me do it, and I'll show you. Okay. Mine might not be that good or close to hers, but I'm trying, okay? Also, my nose looks kind of big right now, so I'm trying to not. Oh, wait, I missed a spot. Give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just saw a little spot on the side of my nose that didn't have foundation. So, next, we're going to be drawing lines up. Now, I'm not saying this is how she exactly did her makeup, any of it, but little specific things like a sleepy droop, hill, mountaintop, whatever you want to call it, nose contour. It's not exactly how she did it though, okay? Just prefacing. I am not a professional. This is how I do mine too, to kind of create definition. Okay. Oops. Okay. See? Now we're going to blend that in with a brush. Literally just like drag it back with a brush, okay? My skin is really dry on my nose. It's actually not even funny. Just taking a little bit of light foundation and adding it to the tip of my nose, okay? Because it's a little too dark. I'll add some in the center, because why not? So there's the nose contour. All done. Next, okay, this is a tip from MARYLIN as well. MARYLIN hack, okay. So she used, for bronzer, a more peachy toned bronzer. So I use this in this Kaleidoscope palette from Walmart. I also probably got like, I don't know, a couple years ago, I guess. And just take it. My alarm just went off and literally threw my phone. I don't know how it did it that hard, but so I'm just taking that and going around my forehead. Of course, there's foundation in my baby hairs, but it's okay. Now I'm going to carve out my cheeks. So we have that part done. Now I'm going to add a tiny bit of blush on the apples of my cheeks. Just right there, adding just a little bit of blush. I don't think MARYLIN typically used. I was about to say, I was about to get another call and my freaking phone was about to fall and fly into my drawer. Okay, anyways, I don't think MARYLIN used a lot of blush, or any for that matter. I really don't know, but this is what I'm doing, okay? Since we never did it earlier, we're gonna do our mascara now. Okay, now my mascara is done, so we're going to be doing lip liner, okay? Now I'm going to be taking this red lip liner. It's like a lip marker thing. And then I'll be using lipstick after that, but I'm gonna line them how MARYLIN would line them. But usually, if it were me, I'd be demolishing my Cupid's bow. It's gone. But we're modeling ourselves after Marilyn, so here we go. I'll be back after I do that. Okay, now that that is done, I'm gonna add a little bit of chapstick before. Okay, so I'm using magnetic lashes that you just clamp onto your eyes, but Marilyn would use half lashes. These are kind of half lashes, they're a little bit longer, but Marilyn would use half lashes to give that wispy effect. So, not a full-length strip lash, if that makes sense. But I love these magnetic lashes. Recommend to everyone. And they just, no glue. You don't have to worry about that. Rips out less of your eyelashes. Just better. You know, if you're like me, you reuse even the strip lashes as much as you can until they're literally falling apart. But the magnetic lashes you can rewear over and over and over again. So I just really love that about them. Next up, red lipstick. Now this one is a little too pink, so afterwards I'm also going to give you a little Marilyn hack to help us. I don't know if she would use eyeshadow specifically, but Marilyn would use powder to keep her lipstick on all day. So I'm going to be using red eyeshadow to lock it in. Yes, I'm using a broken little eyeshadow tool, but broken brush. I don't know why I said eyeshadow tool. I'm gonna add the finishing touch. Of course, you have to. I'm adding one over here too. Ooh. Because that's just what I do. And sometimes Marilyn would add other beauty marks too, but I'm just darkening my own beauty marks and putting them. So there we have it. Your makeup is all done. Here's your Marilyn makeup. Now we have to move on to the hair. I feel like I really do just look like myself because this is how I typically do my makeup anyways, besides little minor tweaks. But this is the curling iron that I'm going to be using. It makes really tight curls, so yes. While we're waiting for that to heat up, I'm going to section off my hair. Okay, so. Wow. So, first thing is first. We're going to put it into a side part where you want your curl, like your big curl. So, off your bang piece right here. This is going to be your bangs. All right. So, just really quick, I'm just gonna clip this up here. Okay. Now, the rest of your hair, you don't really need to section off because it's not as important, but we are going to be taking pieces in the front like this and like this. So you can section these off as well, but it's not important right now, okay? And what you're going to need for this hairstyle, you're going to need one hair tie, preferably similar to the same color as your hair, okay? And then you're going to need some bobby pins, okay? Okay, now my curling iron is hot. So, also to help get the curls a little smaller, I guess I am going to section off a little more. Just to get started. Okay, so you're gonna take the bottom section of your hair and just start curling it. And you want to do kind of small pieces, but it doesn't really matter as much because this will be tucked away. I will come back once the bottom half is done. Now I'm done with the bottom half, so I'm just going to be curling these, doing the same thing. I'm going to save the front section, so just remember that, okay? Okay, now I have all of this curled, so we're going to be taking this and splitting it into 3 sections. Away from my face, towards my face, away from my face, okay? So, once again, working with what we've got. Wrapped around your fingers like I just did, okay? Now, pull your fingers out. You see what we did there? You're kind of creating a false little curl. Now, split your hair. Do that again, but this time towards your face. Okay. Now, towards my face. Yes, you can see the bobby pins in my hair, but I'm just gonna cover that up as much as I can with the rest of my hair. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing over here, but 2 curls and both away from your face, okay? So this one is going to be your bang. You're gonna curl this towards your face, but you're gonna take it and bring it over here. Okay, I know that sounds insane, but this will help give you some volume. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're going to take a piece like this and take another piece like this. And I don't know if you can see this, but you're going to take it and put it into a hair tie and start tucking it up into this. So literally just go like, can you see that? Just go and I tuck all of that oh, I really hate how much you can see this bobby pin, so I'm gonna try and fix that a little bit. No, I don't know what the back of my head looks like. I might have to fix it. But basically, you just keep doing that. Oh, I really do not like how these curls are looking. I'm not looking how I want them. That's a little better, but it's... Here is what we've gotten so far. pretty good. It's not exactly how I want it, but like I said, we gotta work with what we've got, okay? And this is pretty good for having long hair, making it appear like it's short. Now, okay. Now we have our Marilyn look complete. Remember, follow your dreams. It's now or never.